Okay, students. So this is the last part of the today's discussion regarding composting. So if I am discussing composting, you should be very much focused onto the kind of waste generation. I hope in my last presentation, in my last topic of discussion, I have discussed about the importance of agricultural waste. So you need to focus on one thing over here, that these kind of waste are basically decomposed and they are made to decompose by a process called as decomposting. During this decomposting process, the recycling of various organic materials took place. So this recycling of waste products is producing a product called as compost. But this is not that easy. It is required to be prepared in the presence of certain microbes. See, this process is actually being taken place in presence of microbes, because you are studying agricultural microbiology. So you should understand that the microbial community which is helping in this phenomena is bacteria, archaea, fungi, which are basically generally aerobic. Okay, so four equally important ingredients are required for this to work effectively, means the elements. So if I could code it down, it is COWN, count, right? Carbon, oxygen, water, and nitrogen. So the ratio is also very important. How much efficient a composting phenomena will occur, that is mainly occurring when the ratio of carbon to nitrogen, see this is very important, is about 25 is to 1, and rapid composting is favored when you are having carbon to nitrogen ratio of 30 or less, right? So ratio you should not forget. So what exactly is composting? In this slide you can easily understood. Whatever organic waste are being generated from agriculture, whatever, as I have discussed in the previous class, that waste are of various kinds, like litters, like soil waste, like agricultural waste, like vegetable and crop waste. So all these waste which are generated are decomposed by a phenomena called as decomposting, as I told you in the last slide. And this process recycles various organic materials during this process, and it produces a compound called as compost. This is also called as soil conditioner, because it is very important to maintain for the conditioning of soil. It is required as a biofertilizer. So there are so many importance of this compost. Okay, fine. So as I told you, there are mixture of microorganisms that helps in breaking down this organic matter to produce compost. This is very simple. There you are actually converting a waste material into a utilizable form, right? And during a composting, you should understand that exothermic reaction occurs, means release of temperature takes place, right? So three phases are being observed, that is MMT, right? Mesophilic phase, thermophilic phase, and then mesophilic phase. Okay, so these three phases are in regards to the temperature or heat which is being generated in the reaction. Okay, so it starts with the how actually the phenomena starts. It basically starts with the oxidation of organic matter. So this stage is called as decomposition. Second phase is stabilization, right, which includes not only the mineralization of slowly degradable molecules, but it also includes complex processes such as humification of lignocellulosic compounds. I'll discuss about this lignocellulosic compounds, which is a substrate for the composting. So second phase is stabilization, right? During this, mineralization is also occurring for the materials which are slowly degradable, and it also includes the humification. Humus is also the topmost layer of the soil which is required for the soil fertility. And main product of composting is compost, as I told you. How will you define compost? Stabilized and sanitized product of composting, which is compatible and beneficial for the plant growth. Focus on to this definition. Okay. So students, this is the last slide of today, where you should understand that Technically or biochemically, what are the substrates for composting? Substrates which are biogenic, which originates from biological activity, example photosynthesis or animal biomass, they are being used as a substrates. All available substrates, either of plant, animal or microbial origin, that is biogenic, right? So these are being used in the composting process. But since plants are making the highest amount onto this earth also, so they are onto the topmost side. So plant is providing very important raw material for composting. Okay. So, in this, what I'll be discussing in my next lecture is about these substrates like lignin, like cellulose, like hemicellulose. So, I'll discuss all about this in the next presentation or in the next lecture. Thank you.